There are seasons that don't announce themselves while you're in them. They arrive quietly, through necessity, and only reveal their shape once your body has already adapted. We have been living inside one of those seasons, a long one. The kind that asks for vigilance instead of ease, restraint instead of expression, patience instead of movement. Not because it was noble, but because it was required. The snake governs survival through awareness. It teaches how to stay alive when conditions are unstable, when truth carries consequences, when moving too quickly exposes what should remain protected. It sharpens perception. It slows the body down. It teaches you to read what isn't being said and to trust subtle signals over overt ones. It is not a comfortable teacher, but it is an effective one. For many, this energy shaped entire years of life. Nervous systems learned to stay braced. Words were swallowed. Decisions were delayed. Relationships were navigated carefully, sometimes cautiously, sometimes quietly endured. Stillness became strategy. Silence became shelter. And for a time, that was wisdom. But no survival posture is meant to be permanent. What the snake gives, it also eventually asks to be released. When its work is complete, the very qualities that once protected begin to weigh on the system. Vigilance turns into hyper-alertness. Patience turns into suppression. Stillness turns into stagnation. The coil that once held life force safely begins to tighten in a way that drains it. This is what many are feeling now. Not fear, not crisis, but a deep cellular fatigue with holding. A quiet resistance to continuing as before. Tolerance thinning. Old coping mechanisms no longer working. A sense that something is finished, even if it hasn't been formally named. This isn't collapse, it's recognition. The snake phase was never about becoming small. It was about staying intact. It taught discernment, endurance, and how to survive in environments that demanded caution. But survival is not the same as living, and there comes a point when the body knows that staying coiled costs more than it gives. Shedding does not happen through force. It happens through acknowledgement, through honoring what was required of you and allowing yourself to stop holding that posture once it is no longer necessary. The release is subtle at first, internal, almost private, but it is real. There is a quiet shift already present. Not yet motion, not yet momentum, just the unmistakable sense that stillness is no longer the right medicine. The nervous system is preparing to loosen. The field is preparing to move, even if it hasn't yet chosen how. You don't need to rush toward what comes next. This moment isn't asking for action. It's asking for permission to let go of the grip. The snake has done its work.